Hey, good morning, y'all. So this morning we are talking about the Lord, my favorite person. And we are talking about his names. Every day we're going to do a new name of the Lord on a deep dive to see what does it mean spiritually and how he gets that name and what that means for him. The name Jehovah, a refuge when we are afraid. The name Jehovah is one of the most significant and sacred names of God in the Bible. It conveys his eternal, unchanging, and self-existent nature. Rooted in the Hebrew word Yahweh, Jehovah is often translated as the Lord in English Bibles. The name implies God's presence, faithfulness, and sufficiency in every situation, especially in times of fear and uncertainty. Throughout the scriptures, God reveals himself as Jehovah to assure his people that they can trust him in their fear. Let's explore what it means to call upon Jehovah when we are afraid, anchoring our faith in biblical truths and finding application for our daily life. Jehovah as our protector in the times of fear. Jehovah Shalom, the Lord is peace. In Judges 6:22-24, Gideon encounters the angel of the Lord and is terrified. However, God reassures him with peace, saying, "Peace, do not be afraid. You are not going to die." Judges 6:23. Gideon builds an altar and names it Jehovah Shalom, meaning the Lord is peace. Application: when fear grips us, we can call upon Jehovah Shalom, trusting him to provide peace that surpasses all understanding. And that's in Philippians 4:7. In a chaotic world, his peace anchors our hearts and our minds. Jehovah Nissi, the Lord is my banner. In Exodus 17:15, Moses builds an altar and calls it Jehovah Nissi after the Israelites' victory over the Amalekites. The name signifies God as a banner of protection and victory. Jehovah Nissi covers us in our hour of despair. Scripture focus. Psalms 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in our trouble. And I pray that you, as I put these on here, that you would take and do a deep dive into these scripture focuses and look in deeper to what this means. Isaiah 41:10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. God is so good, isn't he? He's so amazing. How can we apply this to our life? In life's battles, we can trust Jehovah Nissi to fight for us. When fear looms, lifting the Lord as our banner reminds us of his power to overcome any threat. Jehovah Rohi, the Lord is my shepherd. Psalms 23 is one of the most comforting passages for those facing fear. David declares, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Psalms 23:1. Jehovah Rohi leads, protects, and provides for his people, even in the valley of the shadow of death, in Psalms 23:4. How can we apply it to our life? When we feel lost or afraid, we can trust that Jehovah Rohi to guide us. He knows the paths we must take and provides for our needs. Fearlessness through trust in Jehovah. We have to depend on God, and we have to know that he has got our back. He loves us. He is right there. He's closer than a brother. And if we'll just call upon him, he'll be right there to save us and help us in our hour of despair. The Bible repeatedly calls us to trust in Jehovah during times of fear. Here are a few key verses to help with that. Psalms 56:3-4. And I hope that you'll write these down. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. In God, whose word I praise. In God I trust, and I am not afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? Deuteronomy 31:8. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Isaiah 12:2. Surely God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. I would suggest writing these down. The Lord himself is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation. And you can write these down use these, memorize these, and use these as an encouragement when you're in your study or when things are going not right in your life. How do we apply Jehovah's name to our daily life? We call upon him in prayer. In moments of fear, prayer becomes our lifeline to Jehovah by addressing him as Jehovah Shalom, covering ourselves with peace. Nisi or Rohi, we affirm our trust in his nature. Meditating on his promises, reflecting on scriptures about God's character can fortify our faith. Memorizing verses like Psalms 56, 3-4, or Isaiah 41:10 equips us to combat fear with truth. Living fearlessly by faith. Trusting Jehovah means acting on his promises. Whether facing health issues, financial difficulties, or personal challenges, we step forward with confidence, knowing God is with us. The name of Jehovah reminds us of God's all-encompassing presence and power in our lives. Whether we are anxious, overwhelmed, or facing the unknown, we can find refuge in Jehovah. He is our peace, our banner, and our shepherd. In a world filled with uncertainty, let us rest in the truth that Jehovah is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Hebrews 13:8, offering us unshakable confidence in every circumstance. Now, I do want to say, because it kept playing to me, there's a church out there that's called Jehovah Witnesses. And many people, they give them a bad name. And so I've heard of a lot of people not liking the word Jehovah because it is tied to that denomination. That doesn't stop. Jehovah is Jehovah. And so we have to learn to use his name to cover ourselves as a banner of protection in our hour of needing peace and in every area of our life. We're going to do another name for the Lord tomorrow that speaks out about his character and who he is. Isn't it exciting learning about the Lord and all the favorite things of him and what he likes for us to call him and how he is with us all the time? I hope that this helps you, and I hope that you're learning about the Lord. That's what he wants. When he called me to do these videos, he had told me that many people are so consumed by what's going on in the world that they're not calling upon him, that they don't even know him. And they don't want to. And he's called me to teach who he is so that you can call upon him and know that he's real. I hope that this will help you to understand that he is real and that he loves you and he wants to know you. He created you to have relationship with him. And I pray this helps you, and I say this in Yeshua's name.